Here is your warning. Expect a few swear words, maybe some adult themes. I don't know. See where the day takes us.
It starts with let the good times roll.
Okay, I'm Haley. This is Everything is Emo. Let's start with this.
It doesn't hurt me. Do you wanna feel how it feels? Do you wanna know that it doesn't hurt me? Do you wanna hear about the deal I'm making? It's you and me. And if I only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Say if I only could. You don't wanna hurt me, but see how deep the bullet lies. Unaware, I'm tearing you asunder. Oh, there is thunder in our hearts. Is there so much hate for the ones we love? Well, tell me we both matter, don't we? It's you and me. It's you and me. You won't be unhappy. And if I only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Say if I only It's you and me. It's you and me. You won't be unhappy. Come on, baby. Come on, darling. Let me steal this moment from you now. Come on, angel. Come on, darling. Let's exchange the experience. See if I only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. And be running up that road, be running up that hill, with no problem. So if I only could, make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, with no problems. See if I only could, no problems. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that hill.
Had to open with that. Meg Myers' cover of Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill. We're talking influencers and inspirations, why they're not always what you might expect. I sort of played it loose a little bit with this playlist, as I do sometimes, because I think that it's important to just notice that there are a lot of new bands that have grown up listening to what I would have called like emo or indie, but they don't necessarily sound like what we grew up referring to as emo. You know, being in Paramore, it's always been evident to me that your input doesn't need to be the same as your output. So I just wanted to explore that a little bit, and I'm honestly just playing a lot of new music today. But we are gonna have a classic album on shuffle and a guest who chose it, Mike Kinsella from American Football. So I hope you enjoy it.
Empty in my mind. Empty in my mind. Empty in my mind. Empty in my mind. Over kissing strangers. I want to kiss a friend. Yes, there's a string between us. A little thing between you and I. Oh, if I pull it tighter, if I pull it taut, would you be the one pulling back? Yes, I know the danger. Risk it all I knew. I don't need a stranger. All I need is you. Give me all of your heart tonight. Kiss me like we're out of time. I'm empty in my mind. Empty in my mind. Empty in my mind. Empty in my mind. A friend to hold at night when it is cold. At night, a friend to grow. Alright, together old. Alright, a friend untold. Alright, a friend I know. Alright, a friend to love. Alright, a friend to love. Give me all of your heart tonight. Kiss me like we're out of time. I'm empty in my mind. 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 I'm empty in my mind. Empty in my mind. Empty in my mind. Empty in my
All right, that was Dead with Empty in My Mind. I really love that track. And the reason that I've chosen it, Jason Bala from Dead has cited Cocteau Twins, Broadcast. Oh, I love Broadcast. And Kate LeBon as influence as well. Emily Kemp has referenced the works of James Brown, Roy Orbison, Dolly Parton as having shaped their musical approach. Talk about eclectic influences. This is so, so cool. And I love that emo and punk bands are inspired by so many styles. The song's great. Really, really, really into this band. All right, so I'm really excited because today it's a big deal for me. And we're looking at each other on Zoom, so I don't want to say too much. I'll blush. But Mike Kinsella has joined me, and Mike has chosen our On Shuffle album for the day. Mike, you have been in a lot of bands. I first knew of you from American Football. How does it feel to literally be a legend? You've done it all and you've influenced all.
It feels like I'm at my own funeral all of a sudden. It feels tiring. I'm just kind of waking up with kids most of the days, and I feel like I watched my whole music career in a movie. And I'm like, I remember seeing that movie 25 years ago, and this kid really meant everything he said at the time. And now what got me here is, it just seems like somebody else lived that life or something. Yeah.
I get a fraction of what you're talking about in the sense that, like,
You've been doing this. You're not as old, but you've been doing it since you
I've
were
been doing it a
4,
while.
and and wildly successful. So like, think about like what you were trying to say and how you were saying it, and in your case, screaming it for a while, and then like, it totally changes. Like, you're not who you were.
Yeah, and that's like one of the points to the theme of this episode is why it's so important for artists to continue to evolve. We're playing an artist called Turnover in this playlist that just continues to change, and it's so cool. It's like so inspiring to me. It gives permission,
Yeah.
Another thing that I was a little too young, but I got to experience a Captain Jazz set at, I don't remember if it was Riot Fest, maybe?
Yeah. I need to apologize. I don't think we knew each other really, but I like fanboyed out on you. End of the night, just like I was literally walking out of like leaving after a whole day of drinking in the sun, and God, like I saw you and I like hugged you, I think, backstage. I felt like I knew you well enough to do that, and I didn't at all, and I apologize. I felt so bad,
Do
later.
not apologize for that. Honestly, I left that interaction going like, I'm such an idiot, because I was listening to LP2 on repeat. There was no other album to me in existence, and I think I said something to you about it. Like, I was probably like dramatic to you, and so anyway, I feel like I should be apologizing for that.
Yeah, you didn't make physical contact, so I should be the one apologizing. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll let that one go. I'm really pumped. You picked the On Shuffle album for this episode.
Yeah.
This is a band I always knew existed. I was always like familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think in that way I took them for granted. I really don't know their discography super well, and I'm stoked to, like put this on shuffle and maybe get an education in it. So, do you want to introduce the album?
The album is Songs of Faith and Devotion by Depeche Mode. I've just loved it since, it came out. I think I saw them in 8th grade, and it like changed my life. Just like the theatrics of it. It's like this cool bridge of like emotional to me. It's also like real sexy. It's almost just like, I'm sorry I exist, and I'm an animal with these emotions and desires. And so it was a huge influence for me.
So cool. Well, let's put Songs of Faith and Devotion by Depeche Mode on shuffle and see what we get. Okay. Do you want to introduce it, Mike?
Yeah. This song is called Condemnation. To me, it's like I went to Catholic school, 1st through 8th grade, and this one just feels like church to me. In my head, it's like a whole church choir, but I think it's probably just Martin Gore and a couple other dudes in the studio. Really big scale stuff, like sonically, but also lyrically, yeah.
Condemnation. Try here on the stand with the book in my hand, truth on my side, accusations, lies. Hand me my sentence, I'll show no repentance. I'll suffer with pride. If for honesty you want apologies, I don't sympathize. The kindness
time after time. If you see purity as immaturity, well, it's no surprise if the kindness you substitute blindness. Please open your eyes.
So many great tracks in this episode's playlist. If you like them, which I hope you do, share with your friends. Let them know to listen to Everything is Emo.
I never in a car, I was lying. I do it on my bed, lying down, not trying. Apathy for me is an issue, you see. I just talk about the things upsetting me. And I get somewhere, I don't like it. Get somewhere, change my mind. Get somewhere, but don't find it. I don't find what I'm looking for.
Yes, and if they catch you slipping, dripping, or be fibbing, and illicit, or ribbing over how they think you should be living, that's life. Kind of. Maybe take some time off. You can't live in denial, setting it right, because if nothing is revealed, everything denied. Learn up yourself before you talk it. They need to see you walk it. You don't read poor fans, you meet the rich ones to expand your floor plan.
You can't figure out a heart, you were lying. You're doing in my head with your non-stop trying. Never getting sleep and forgetting to eat. I pretend that all these things agree with me. And I get somewhere but don't like it. Get somewhere, change my mind. Get somewhere but don't find it. I don't find what I'm looking for. Life feels like a lie. I need something to be true. Is there anybody out there? Life feels like there's something missing. Maybe it's you. Is there anybody out there? Life feels like a lie. I need something to be true. Is there anybody out there? Life feels like there's something missing. Maybe it's you. Is there anybody out there?
That was the 1975 with Nothing Revealed, Everything Denied. That is my favorite 1975 song. You heard it here. It's recorded, so I can never deny it. I just love how much they just kind of follow their arrow. Like they just kind of go where they want to go, and they trust that their fans got them. It's just really amazing to watch bands grow that way. Great song. I am not gonna lie, I sing this at the top of my lungs in the car like I'm at church on Sunday morning. And I don't go to church on Sunday morning. That is my church. All right, next up we have Pup. This band is everywhere right now. I can't be on a streaming service really on anything that is talking about new music that I don't see Puff the band. And this song is called Relentless. It features Sarah from Illuminati Hotties. So, I mean, come on. Double whammy. Mike, you know this band? You seen them live? You know anything about them?
Illuminati Hotties. We played shows with them. She's great. Yeah. Every night, like, blew our minds. Like, they had these little sports outfits on, and like they were so athletic. It's so funny, the juxtaposition of them playing with American football. Like, we loved it. Like, anything that's not just like four white dudes looking at their feet, you know.
It's all the same shit. Follow the cracks in the pavement. Leading back to the constant collapse. Shakespeare, right place at the wrong time. Right joke with a bad punchline. It's nothing you need to analyze. We're just living what we are. Woke up, baby. Call the drive.
was Turnover. This band's been around since 2009. I have to tell you, this was the song that made me choose the theme for this episode. When I heard the vocal effect, I was just like, what is this? And I saw it was Turnover. I couldn't believe it because I kind of had to go back into their catalog because I was like, they didn't sound like this. Like, this sounds like a completely different band, and I had to understand the story. You know, this is the first time we've heard from Turnover in 3 years. So I went and I listened to a few songs off of every album in their discography in order. I encourage you to do this with any of your favorite bands, but, you know, try it with Turnover. You hear their evolution so clearly from album to album. I love that about my own band's discography. I like that with a lot of different artists. I like being able to go and just listen to how they've evolved and like grown. And I think that their sort of evolution into this kind of indie, vibey, groovy thing is so rad. And it's a really good look for them. So I love this song, and I had to include it. All right, so it's time to put that Depeche Mode record back on shuffle. Let's see what we have.
Great song.
Mike, you want to intro this one?
This song is called Walking in My Shoes, and it is just massive. It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know if like you're like, this is the best verse anybody's ever written, and then the pre-chorus comes in like, this is the best pre-chorus, and then I don't know, like the chorus somehow jumps to another level, and it's like a rote lyric. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Try walking in my shoes. Well, who hasn't said that? Sure, but like all the lines are so good. Like, oh, try walking in my shoes. You'd stumble in my footsteps. Keep the same appointments I've kept. That's insane. That's like a great line. Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like school to me. Like it's like some of your parents are like sitting down and like there's like a finger wagging at you. Oh, it's so good.
I would say about the things that put me through, the pain I've been subjected to, but the Lord himself would blush. The countless feasts laid at my feet, forbidden fruits for me to eat, but I think your pulse would start to rush. Now I'm not looking for absolution, forgiveness for the things I do. But before you come to any conclusion, try walking in my shoes. Try walking in my shoes. You stumble in my footsteps. Keep the same appointments I kept. If you try walking in my shoes, if you try walking in my shoes. Morality would frown upon, decency look down upon. The scapegoat fate's made of me. But I promise now, my judge and jurors, my intentions couldn't have been purer. My case is easy to see. I'm not looking for a clearer conscience, peace of mind after what I've been through. And before we talk of any repentance, try walking in my shoes. Try walking in my shoes. You stumble in my footsteps. Keep the same appointments I kept. If you try walking in my shoes, if you try walking in my shoes, try walking in my shoes.
that's Chai. I had to play this band because I think they're so cool. They're a Japanese band from Nagoya. They didn't form that long ago, but they've already made such a name for themselves. They're on so many cool playlists right now. They've done a lot of cool work with a lot of cool bands, including like, Gorillaz and Duran Duran. Not a big deal. So next up is a new one from Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Big fan.
So you snuck into their show at
Yeah.
what would be the heyday of their uprising, like in New York.
Yeah, it was like on the way up. It was in Brooklyn in like 2002 probably. There's nobody in that band that's playing their instrument or voice in any way I could possibly do, and I'm like just such a fan. Like obviously her voice is great and I can't do that, but even just like the guitar is just like a bunch of squeaks and like, he's like there's no bass, so it's just like he's hitting the low end and then like this high, like yeah. I'm like, that's so cool. It's like watching a different language or something, yeah.
While you were doing that, Karen O was my desktop background while I was doing school, and I was just dreaming of ever seeing her. And I can't meet her. I'm afraid.
You should just walk up and hug her. Nobody seems to care. You just hug whoever you want. Just kidding. He's like, I didn't know they even had new stuff. I mean, that's, you live long enough, and I don't know why they wouldn't. She's like a mom, right? She just says like she went on and lived a normal life, and then that's great.
Yeah. But I feel like this song, what's so cool about it is it's still another side to them. It's different, and it feels, I know you said you haven't heard it yet, but like it feels larger than life. It also feels like a side to them that has grown and elevated, and they've come back together with like their powers combined, It's really, really good.
We were saying like, I mean, it's just three of them. Like they're greater than the sum of their parts for sure. Like collectively, yeah.
Yeah.
So bow your heads in the absence
You should look around. Half these people got it out for me. Lord knows it's hard to make friends though. I should stick around. Nobody is worse than me. I can get messy, life can get messy. Your life is a movie, the only one acting. I am not acting, I am the action. Flashing lights, I might just die tonight if I don't calm down. Calm down.
This is Gene Dawson with Porn Acting. I chose this track because I think this is a really important artist and a really important moment where we're seeing like young people come and take over this genre and make it into something that pushes forward, pushes all of us forward. You know, it's just really, really cool. There's another track that he has with A$AP Rocky. And again, like just the blending, the really intelligent blending of genres that are happening in some of this artist's songs is just really exciting to me. So yeah, hope you like it. All right. So I don't know why you would be just joining us because this is like a podcast. You don't really like skip ahead. You just listen to it. But if you're just joining us, Mike from American Football.
It's literally impossible. It doesn't make any sense. But go on.
Mike from American Football. He's been hanging out. He chose one of his favorite albums to put on shuffle. We're going to shuffle it one last time. Songs of Faith and Devotion by Depeche Mode. Drumroll, what do we have? It's I Feel You. Mike, what do you want to say?
I want to say it's a great first song. I was talking earlier about the other song, like the pre-chorus, whatever, like chorus, like it keeps ramping up. This song sort of just comes in and it's essentially, you know what the song is. It's just like that one, like a dirty, almost like a bluesy, but it just loops. Same thing, it's repetitive, and you know, 3 or 4 minutes in, like you just, it's beaten out of you. You're like, I have to like this song now. Yeah. Also, like each time he says, I feel you, whatever, like you can tell every take is different, and every like, it's like he's either digging in more or holding it back more. Unbelievable.
It's just the dawning of valor.
I love that band influenced you so much. And your input and your output can be whatever you want it to be, but so different. And then you go on, you're influencing other artists. They're picking up little pieces of what you're teaching through those songs, and it just goes on and on and on. So I thank you so much.
Yeah, and it's totally related. It's like a water drop in the ocean, just like it's going to touch every other water drop. Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it. That's what it is.
I don't think I made that up. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell everyone you did.
I'll appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, it's now time for AOB.
Hi, Haley. My name is Drake. I'm 30 years old and I'm from Ohio. I love this podcast. It has been so fun as an elder emo to go back and relive some of these moments that I did not know I would cherish this much. I am one of those people who listens to the same playlist that I had on in the early 2000s. So it has been so cool not only hearing all of these songs and bands that I love, but also discovering new music with you. I do want to recommend a newer emo band called Sweet Pill. They're from the Philly area, and I have had their album Where the Heart Is on repeat. I hope you check them out, and I am sending you all the love from my heart in Ohio.
Okay, Drake, way to melt my heart. I loved hearing what this show means to you, because I can assure you I feel those same things, and I've loved doing all of it. I've loved reminiscing, I've loved the discovery, and actually because of it, I actually discovered Sweet Pill because I was sort of doing research for this show, and it's so rad to hear them be brought up by a listener. And so yeah, I mean, I definitely want to play them. My favorite song off this record, which by the way has a great album cover, it is so sick. My favorite song thus far is High Hopes, and I want to play that now. But I also want to say to you, it's really great to hear from you, and maybe I'll see you at one of the Paramore shows, maybe in Ohio, you know? All right, here's Sweet Pill with High Hopes. So that was Sweet Pill with High Hopes. I'm really enjoying discovering this band. I feel like this is a band that kind of perfectly encapsulates the feeling and some of the sounds that Paramore we would have loved to have created with like All We Know Is Falling, like our first album. It already kind of sounds like a classic record, and I already want to be in the crowd at their show, and I want to do it before they get any bigger. Thanks for joining me on this episode. This is a lot more current stuff than I would normally play, but hopefully they've reminded you of some older favorites from the 2000s and beyond. To finish out this episode, we're gonna play out with an artist called Dora Jar. I discovered Dora Jar actually through Billie Eilish's mom, Maggie. Billie's whole family has incredible musical taste, like really good musical taste. Her dad's been listening to Phoebe Bridgers for a long time. It's pretty sick. And Dora Jar opened some shows, actually opened the show that I saw Billie play at the Forum in Los Angeles. Sometimes you go to a show and you don't really know who the artist is. And in this case, I just kind of turned up to see Billie and get ready for the Coachella performance that, you know, I was gonna do with her. And they were like, stay for the show. So I watched Dora Jar and was just like, well, God, I never want to go on stage again after that. She was so good and like love so much of her musicality. She's an incredible musician. You should hear her finger pick a guitar. It's ridiculous. But I chose this song because it kind of slaps. This is It's Random by Dora Jar. See you at the next episode.
Now all I can do is live. The sky is, and all of my cloudy friends are flying high. Now all I can say is, hey, what a beautiful parade, hey.